Remember how we forgot? Remember how no one really died in the wars we fought because each gunshot came from our fingertips and no one really kept them loaded just in case? Because each enemy was a friend and none of it was about oil, religion, or land. It was just all pretend. Remember how we used to bend reality like we were circus strong men, like our imaginations were in shape then, like we were all ninjas, trained in the deadly art of did not. Remember how our best friends thought they knew us, but they never saw us suffering? Remember how we forgot? There are always things in life that we want to forget. An ex, the lie that got way out of hand, or the stray that you ignored on the side of the road. These things can eat us up if we choose to let them. We see the past as the past, and nothing can be changed. Instead, we should step into the future and see what we can make of it. Remember How We Forgot by Shane Claiborne. Remember how we forgot? Remember how our parents told us never to look directly into the sun and how we were their son. So we never looked directly into the mirror in fear that we'd go blind. That's right, blind. Remember how we used to find any old reason to talk to that someone that we were crushing on? Like we could just pawn off all of our sense of embarrassment, buy a chunk of courage that would last just long enough to have us asking them about math and stuff. And how stuff was just stuff. Like, I heard you were getting braces and how braces were and are still kind of hot. Remember how we forgot? Remember when we all caught mono and our folks would go, oh, the kissing disease, and how in our first steps into gangsterhood had us saying, mother, please. Even though we never really kissed anyone. We never really did half the things we said we'd done. We just spun yarn like Rumpelstiltskin spun gold. We told ghost stories not realizing that we ourselves would become the ghosts, living in fear of them knowing. We didn't know this would happen. We had no voice to battle the fact that we had no vocal cords. We simply had nails on chalkboards. We had to scream, shout, and yell, trying to convince ourselves that we mattered. Remember how we forgot. Once upon a time, our dreams hung like apples waiting to be picked and peeled. Hope was something that had to be reeled in to fill that big empty fish bin with the one that got away. And we could proudly say that this time, impossible is not an option because success is so akin for opportunities and effort that they could be related. So we took chances, we ice skated on thin ice, believe that each slice of life was served with something sweet on the side. And failure was never as good as the fact that we tried. That in war against limitation and we served the determination it takes to make the ideas goals of parents, of possibility. So when I call you sister or brother, it is not lightly. And when I ask you to remember, it's because the future isn't what it's supposed to be. Pay tribute to all the sacrifices given on the altar for the times that somehow we overcame, somehow we pushed on, somehow we found the distance. Let us burn like we meant it. This world doesn't care if our story ends with a dot or a dash, if we're dust or if we're ash, because we were all we'll ever be. Let belief that hope belongs to us all be the pledge you take to make the unachievable achievable. Live and remember. Burn like an ember capable of starting fires. Because who has a bearing on how we look? Look into every mirror because our reflection bounces back the story. This story starts with you were here. Thank you.